खुशी है लोगों के दामन में, पर एक हंसी के लिए वक्त नहीं। वक्त ना करना पैंदा जनाब, अदरवाइज जिंदगी बस झट गुजर जाती है, पता ही नहीं चलता। एक बारी फिर साडी चाय टाइम की महफिल विच तुहाडा सब दा स्वागत है। कुछ लोगों का मनना है कि साडे शरीर विच बहुतियां प्रॉब्लम्स का कारण है स्ट्रेस। कई बारी तो मैनू इदा लगता है कि द वर्ड स्ट्रेस इज अ सिनोनिम फॉर आवर मॉडर्न डे लाइफस्टाइल। काम दी स्ट्रेस, घर दी स्ट्रेस, बच्चों दी स्ट्रेस। ਹੁਣ ਡਾਕਟਰਸ ਤੱਕ ਵੀ ਮਾਈਨਰ ਹੈਡੇਕਸ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਰਗਨ ਫੇਲਿਅਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ ਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਸ ਤੇਜ਼ ਰਫ਼ਤਾਰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਲਿਆ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਨੇਜ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਅਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਛਾਂਗੇ ਯੋਗਾਚਾਰਨੀ ਮਾਇਤਰੀ ਕੋਲੋਂ। ਪਰ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਕਲਿੱਪ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ।
How are you feeling this morning?
Great, Maitreyi.
Today we're going to be looking at the simple pleasures in life.
Okay.
And a jati is one of the simple...
Hi Maitri, welcome to the program.
Hi.
And thank you so much for being here.
Oh, pleasure.
So tell me now, the word stress I think is used over and over and over again. What's your view on it? Is it really something that is created in this day and age? Is stress been something we've been feeling for years?
Stress was always there. It's just how we manage it these days.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of virtual stress nowadays. At least in those days, everything got over within 5 minutes. The whole stress response and the washing out of the adrenaline from the system. But nowadays, there's no physical activity. There's no processing of it. So we go to bed with all these, you know, the head games that are there, and wake up with a pit in our stomach.
So we carry it.
We carry it forward. We just don't, you know, leave it down or release it out of our system.
So it's not that it's increased or it wasn't there before and it's started now. It was always there, it's just we haven't learned to deal with it appropriately.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the right method of dealing with stress, would you say?
If you look at the yogic system, there are a lot of tools that are given in terms of dealing with the emotional states. So be it fear, anxiety, anger, there are a lot of breath-related movements also that are connected to breath, which can release the stress. If you look at your breathing pattern, for example, if you're angry or upset, how do you breathe?
Okay, yeah, it speeds up.
Yeah, it's really fast. Or let's say you're watching a horror film. Then how are you breathing then? You're at the edge of the seat. Your body language has shifted because it's really tight. And then you stop breathing. You're just waiting for something to happen.
That's true. That's true. You know, I guess our body has a way of communicating with us. So whenever it's in stress mode or anxiety or it's feeling something, it communicates with us, but we often refuse to listen to it, isn't it? Until it's a little too late. Until it turns into a severe headache, or, you know, we get sick.
Or we just have tight shoulder muscles, or, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now, you've been teaching yoga for many, many years. You also write.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your background and what exactly is it that you do?
I actually started off on the path, I would say, many, many years ago. My grandfather was a very yogic person. And just being around him, I absorbed a lot of the conditioning, or the conditions, I would say. He believed in plain living and high thinking, and he would always reinstate that by the way he lived.
Okay.
So I think he was my first guru in terms of absorbing things from him. And then it was, I studied under the Shivananda school also, and I also studied with Swami Geetananda.
Okay.
And I think what drew me to him was also his intelligence and simplicity.
Okay. Yeah. You're also referred to as a practical mystic. What does that mean? Is that even possible in this day and age?
If you look at a mystic, somebody who seeks that oneness, or somebody who is constantly tuning into that sense of oneness. But as much as we are all one, I would not allow somebody to step on my toes. So that's being practical about it and drawing your boundaries.
Okay.
So I've learned that it's very, very important to set boundaries.
Okay.
And yeah, that is what I mean by practical.
So in a traditional form, though, it's usually when you're trying to achieve that oneness or that enlightened state, you tend to, you know, in the olden days, it was kind of you left everything behind and you kind of went out and you meditated. That's all you did. So I guess the practical side is you live in this dunya, so you live in this world, but you still kind of practice those philosophies.
Yes.
Is that pretty much?
In fact, Swamiji was married, so he advocated Grahastashram, and he said, if you think you're perfect, then just marry, and your wife will tell you every single one of your faults.
So
And she would be your guru, your mirror.
Oh wow, actually that's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So are you married?
No, I'm not.
No. So you're still working on that perfection. And when you think, once you think you've attained that, you'll get married, and then your husband will tell you how much water you're in.
Yeah, I know. How much wanting it still is, yeah.
So currently you're in Vancouver to teach some classes, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of workshops. Here.
Okay. Now, I was reading about some of your workshops. You have this really neat 3 M's module. Let's talk a bit about that.
Yeah, the 3 M's stand for minding the body, mending the mind, and managing moods.
Okay, so minding the body, mending the mind, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And managing moods.
Okay. So what does that mean?
So you're looking at body, emotion, and mind management.
Okay.
It's also called the 3M magic, fun shop.
Okay.
Now, most people think that if you get into a yoga path, you have to be serious and, look holier than thou. But it's not like that. It's being sincere on the path, but also having this element of play, fun, which is what I bring into a lot of the big corporations.
Okay.
So it's a lot of goal setting, but also enjoying the journey and not missing out on the journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you kind of mentioned yoga, and that's a whole other topic that we're going to get into, because yoga has evolved so much over the years. It's changed. There's so many different types of yoga one can practice. So I'm going to take a quick break, but I think when we get back, why don't we chat a little bit about the different types of yoga and how yoga has evolved over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to continue chatting with Maitreyi. कुछ ही पहला दी break and then फिर वापसी होंगी है.